What's happening, guys? Liam Hughes here and welcome back to episode 2 of our driver career as Alfa Romeo. Picking up from where we left off last episode, about to go into the season break. However, thinking about last night, and we already have the major chassis upgrade and the minor aero upgrade. However, I was thinking we have, as you can see there, 2,400 points. So I was thinking maybe it might be worth looking into either another reliability upgrade or possibly the ICE. Reason for this is I seem to rev as I'm going up the gears, sometimes I'm not quick enough. So if you look here, my ICE is already 20% worn, whereas the others, the 1110s. I've got my controlled electronics here, is 20% worn as well, and we're only one race in. So yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna get, is it a major upgrade? Pretty sure that's a major upgrade. Yeah, major upgrade. So yeah, so we're gonna get that done. That will come in just after Portugal and then just before Spain. So yeah, we'll definitely get that done. Also, I was thinking with this one as well, we unlock the cylinder head, and it also gets us ahead of our rivals Haas on the vehicle comparison chart for the powertrain. And again, that will come in on the same day as the aero, as the durability. So yeah, we're going to get that on, and then we are going to advance to see if our upgrades come in. Let's start season break. Wow, that was quick. Right, so the aero's come in. Weekly resources. What about the floor under tray?
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Well, that is exactly not what we wanted, but we're gonna... Great. Well, we might as well. 0% chance of failure. But that we'll have to wait for. We'll have to wait another race weekend, and that will not be taking us to McLaren's level this time because McLaren's got ahead of us. Well, they're already ahead of us, but they've got a lot further. Anyway, let's get weekly resources.
We had a major
right now onto the race weekend.
Line earlier this week, so the
I'm going to level with you guys.
For this weekend has
prior to this video, I haven't had much practice on this track. So, in terms of finishing the race, very slim, but let's see how we do. So guys, once again behind the scenes, I did the practice programs. Somehow I managed to get 500 points. How I managed this, well, I literally in practice 1 I just did track acclimatization over and over and over and over again, and then in practice 2 I did the rest. Got purple in the race strategy, purple in tyre management, but only got green in the track acclimatization. So anyway, now that's done. And down we go, so I finished straight for our first lap in qualifying 1 in the wet. Just before we get into the lap, I had no practice of the wet in here, so down into turn 1, going completely wide, didn't slow down enough. Down straight into turn 2, flat out, down into turn 3, seemed to have got it alright. Now down into turn 4, into the DRS zone. Obviously we don't have DRS. Down into turn 5, felt like I nailed it. Now into turn 8, and put the power down too early, and then, well, this happened, ended up on the grass. So there we go. Now on to our second attempt down the start finish straight. As you can see, set a very poor time there. Down into turn 1. Slowed down a lot more this time to hit the apex and got it pretty good. Felt like I could have gone a bit faster though. Now into turn 3.
It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
And there we go. We were looking at dry. At this point I wasn't too sure whether or not we would be on a dry track for qualifying 1. Now onto one of the hard. I find this corner really difficult, I do, as you can tell by the first lap. But this time I managed to get through it without disappearing off the track. Took as wide entry as possibly into this corner, because this corner here,
there's only 1 lap of
I do
fuel
struggle.
remaining.
Hit the apex a bit too much there. Cut the corner there, not intentionally. Straight down to start finish straight.
Mazepin is ahead of you.
And as you can see, Mazepin is ahead of us, so we are way too slow in the rain.
1:31.8.
Now on to the end of qualifying 1. It does manage to dry up, so we do quickly get on a set of softs and we do go for it. As you can see here, that Ferrari coming out the pit lane, I had to slow down a tiny bit. Would have possibly cost us a bit of time, but nevertheless we're faster through that corner anyway, as we're on a dry track. Now into turn 4. Forgot what turn it is then. Got on to the DRS now. Straight down into turn 5. Hit the apex pretty clean, I thought there. I thought that was a really good corner from me, that one.
Session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap, or that's qualifying over for us.
Going a bit wide there, but you know, once again taking as wide as possible entry on this, slowing down a bit too much on here. Want to hit the apex. Now coming down to the last turn, cut the corner again, obviously not intentionally. Really struggled on that corner throughout the whole race weekend. So there you have it, once again just managing to get into Q2. Definitely felt like we could have gone a bit faster. As you can see, our teammate Antonio beat us. Felt like that part of it had to do with the Ferrari coming out of the pit lane down at turn 1. But anyway, on to our Q2 laps. So as you can see there guys, I did set a time there, but I completely messed up. It was not even worth putting it into the episode, it was just every turn was terrible. But as you can see, that went really quick through there, I thought, then really slow through here, which wasn't so great, but but anyway, it wouldn't have mattered because the first lap was terrible. Down into turn 5, shifting down into gear 2. Now onto the corner I struggle the most, turn 8.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I think throughout the whole weekend at turn 8, 10 and 11 I do struggle on quite a bit. However, I felt like I got it this time. I'm not completely sure about the race line on this track, as obviously I haven't got it turned on, and this is what I've only had like a bit of practice on this. But again, feel like I nailed that apex there. And this back basically here is now the sprint to the finish. You don't take your foot off the pedal. However, sometimes I find like if I do hit the apex pretty well instead of cutting it like I have in my other laps you just saw. So guys, for this clip, as you can see, I forgot to turn my mic on. However, we did qualify P13 with a 1.20.8. So with that done, onto the race. Right, so guys, just before we dive into this 33 lap race around Portugal, we just got a few messages. Once again, feel free to pause these if you want to read them. Cheers, Emma. But I was just looking at my power units, and as you can see, my ICE and my CE are very worn. I think the reason for this is, one, I'm always on the curbs, and two, I'm always revving. But I feel like if we are gonna to minimise, you know, grid penalties and stuff, we are gonna have to upgrade this. I do know we have the ICE, but we need to see what we need to get to unlock the CE. Don't know if we have anything. What's turbocharger unlock? Turbocharger unlocks that. I think it's definitely going to be one of these, isn't it? So yeah, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out for the CE. But as it stands, we haven't really got any. We've got the turbocharger we could do, but really we don't need that. However, we have got Monaco coming. Let's see if we rush that. It's 55% chance. And I'm not keen on rushing a major upgrade because that'll be a lot of points wasted. Although it would benefit us, considering it's Monaco. Yeah, I think we're just gonna wait for now. What's that looking? Do you know what? We're gonna do this one. Reason for this is because then we get the MGU, H and K upgrades. Happy days. Right, now on to the race.
The Formula One circus has made its way to the southern coast of Portugal this week, and it's preparing for what I expect to be a terrific race here in Portimao. So Portimao features 15 turns over the course of its 2.9 mile length. 9 are right-handers, 6 are to the left. And this is a track with a lot of uphill action, which only accentuates the importance of getting those exits right, especially at turn 4, where a good line can present opportunities to pass on the way into turn 5. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Stroll, Hughes and Latifi, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin and Max Verstappen, Perez and George Russell ends our grid lineup. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Right guys, so start off on P13 on my first race on Portugal. Not too sure what to expect really. However, I'm going to give it my all. And no matter where we finish, as long as we finish, that's my aim really. So yeah, let's get onto the race. So now waiting for the 5 red lights to go out. And it's lights out and away we go. Didn't seem to get such a great start coming out here with the Williams passing us, which is the last thing we want, but once again we go down the inside and you know what, we get past the Aston Martin but coming really close, we're bumping into the rear of the Aston Martin ahead of us. But again, going down the inside of the Aston Martin, getting past it, then not, then getting past it, then not, and then once again nearly going into the back of the AlphaTauri there, being really aggressive, but then again catching the AlphaTauri off guard, which forces the Alpine wide as well. So we're gaining those 2 positions as well. Massive first couple of corners there for us there. Up into P9. Losing it a bit there, which allowing the Alpine to get past. Trying to go around the outside, but once again struggling on those turns, letting the Alpine get away from us and letting the car behind us put the pressure on. Now changing view, going a bit wide there, but we are in DRS range of the Alpine in front of us. And once it diving down there, coming really close to hitting the front left wing, but we do manage to make it stiff, and we have gained a position. That there, I honestly thought was race over. Coming really close. I think we may have touched wheels slightly, but it was a very ballsy move, but we managed to make it work. That there was probably one of the best overtakes of the race as well, may I add. Going really wide there, braking way too late. As you can see, the action was in the first couple of laps. But there you go, really messing up that corner there, which lets the Alpine past, and then we have a Red Bull behind us. Trying to keep up with the Alpine, so we have DRS, so we can keep ahead of the Red Bull. As you can see that lifting off a tiny bit. Here we go with the Red Bull coming up behind it. I had nowhere to go but there, and somehow breaking the latest and managing to come out ahead of both of them. Honestly, do not know how we didn't come out of that without any contact. running in P9 now. At this point, I was like, how are we gonna manage to stay here? But then going really wide here, but in some aspects, it did help us a bit because there was no way we were going to be able to keep Verstappen behind for long. So, in a way, it worked out good for us because we didn't lose too much time to Ocon. And then, as you can see here, with Perez behind us, I just thought coming down here again, I just thought, you know what, we'll do something similar, but we're going to keep the pace a bit. We're going to go wide here, just because I knew if I go too fast, but then somehow banging wheels, having the bare traction over a Red Bull, don't know how, did get a warning. But again, Perez clearly did not like that move, aggressively went down the inside of us, but I really wanted him to get past because I knew keeping him behind was going to be a big ask.
Stroll behind. The gap behind us is 1.9 seconds. They're on old softs.
As you can see they're passing a few cars in the pit. We're now up to P6. Obviously haven't pitted yet, so that really won't matter.
23.3.
Going really wide there. Do get a warning for exceeding track limits. And then losing it on that turn there, on turn 8 there, which helps both Aston Martins get past. And now as you can see behind us, Norris goes down the inside of us. Knew we weren't going to keep him far behind, so we didn't really defend that one so aggressively.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
And now into the pits. It was last episode I realised I didn't have my pit release on. I had my pit release assist on, so I do turn it off for this one.
Exit now.
Bit late on the exit there. 2.8. It took my pit crew to change my tyres. Now onto the medium stint.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Stroll ahead. They're on fresh hards.
You know, with Stroll ahead of us now. We are on the faster tyre, but they are in the faster car. As you can see, we are gaining slightly on him. Will we be in DRS? I think we are in DRS. Yes, we are in DRS. Catching him massively on the straight. Pretty easy overtake there. Now up to P12. Now jumping to lap 31. Honestly, not much happened between laps 32 and 22 and 31. As you can see here, we have the front runners now coming up behind us. I was expecting this with this race because obviously this is my first time on it. So there you go. We let Hamilton past. Trying to keep up with him, but obviously doing that was not easy. Then we had Bottas coming up behind us. As you can see, going a bit slow here. Wasn't too sure if he was going to send it there, but just lifting off a tiny bit. Letting Bottas pass. Now coming to that lap 22. As you can see, Fernando Alonso is out of the race, and as you can see, he's there in the gravel right there.
There's a yellow flag ahead.
And so they go up to P11.
Green flag.
All we need now is one more safety car to come out. Well, a safety car can't come out because it's lap 32. But as you can see, Ocon piling on the pressure massively here. At this point, I was panicking because I knew I wouldn't be able to defend it to lap 32. But then I did forget that I was lapped. And obviously I didn't have to do the final lap, but if I did, I would have definitely been lapped by, overtaken by Ocon. As you can see there, he's gone. He is gone. Verstappen getting driver of the day.
What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And they certainly deserve it.
So there you have it, guys. We finished P11. Just a quick note as well. Look at where the Red Bulls finished. Considering they started from the back to get all the way up to that, pretty good. Anyway, let's have a look at the standings. Obviously, we're 13th. There you go. Both Mercedes and Red Bull are drawing in the constructors. Not bad, but we are leading our rivals, and we are still leading Alpine. Bit unfortunate for Fernando Alonso to DNF out of that, otherwise they would have scored a point there. But you know, his loss, our gain. We will not complain.
The fans really seem to enjoy
here she is
that.
again.
You made it look easy. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? Not a great day for your teammate today. What do you think went wrong? Great. Well, that's everything.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Just before I end, however, I am working on a Twitch channel. Whether or not I go ahead of it, I will announce next episode. But the content I'm going to be uploading on Twitch is just random gameplay videos. It'll be me playing my own personal career. It'll be anything. It'll just be when I simply have the time to get on it and just play. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to like that button. And if you are new around here and you do enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the highlights reel.